All right. So the stuff that we're going to go over is, barbell strength focused, but there's no reason you can't apply the same principles to something else, like a push-up program or something like that. As long as it's your body, uh, it tends to work the same. It gets a little challenging with some gymnastic stuff because sometimes with gymnastic, skill can be the big limiter. And then that's a kind of like different ball game. So this is about kind of like strength in a vacuum. Let me just close this door so there's no noise. All right, so here's my fancy whiteboard setup. All right, is that showing forward for you guys? Can you read it? Okay. Um, so all basic kind of like from a physiological level, humans work in this model, which is stress, recover, adapt, right? And what that means, right? A stress is, hey, Robin, what's up, buddy? So stress, I think you're muted. There you go. So stress is any event that produces a change in a physiological state, right? Um, and when we're talking about people, it disrupts homeostasis, right? So if you're used to walking, a mile to school every day, and then you move a mile and a half away, that first day that you walk, you will produce a stress that changes what you are used to, right? People, not just people, all organisms are set up to perpetuate their survival by returning to pre-stress levels and then some, right? So if all we ever did was kind of like come back to where we came from, we'd run the risk of, if a stress was too much, it could overwhelm us, right? Um, so, evolutionary biology, in case that stress reoccurs, we have every organism has recovery processes that get them back to where they were and a little more, and that's adaptation, right? So all we're doing when we strength train is trying to create enough stress to force an adaptation. That's the game, right? So it's pretty simple, all in all. So is that Katie Garrido? She's just a tile to me. Okay. And we can go into more detail with that. The most interesting thing, and the thing I think is hard sometimes with people who've come in from a CrossFit background, is least effective dose theory, right? So least effective dose, right, is used often in like pharmacological medicine, right, with the idea that if you prescribe medicine, you are trying to prescribe the least possible you can to make the person feel better, right? It's not like a doctor doesn't say like, here's a thing of pills and just keep taking them, right? They say take this many and tell me how it goes, right? Um, and the reason is because most of the time, doing more than that is at best useless and at worst dangerous, right? So you could take 5 Tylenol every time you take Tylenol, it probably won't do that much more. And if you take 50 Tylenol, it's going to do something bad. And the same thing holds true for strength training.